I'm in my page, and I'm going to be presenting an original poem that shows how it's difficult to get from a bad place to a good place, but it's worth it in the end. I wrote it by myself. It's almost hypnotic seeing yourself on the outside looking in, when you have endured all you could take and then some, when you feel like Atlas holding the weight of the sky, having held it for so long that holding on is the only thing you can remember, when the torn, bruised, beaten and cut thing hanging off your bones has become your prison, when the pool of crimson around you is no longer a fear but a reminder, when you break, when you can no longer hold the weight of others, when you fall, but the hypnotic thing is not falling, the hypnotic thing is seeing yourself get back up. Seeing that something inside you that even though you broke, even though you fell, got back up, that something that picks up the pieces of your broken life, that puzzles it back together, that never stops trying to heal you, that inner beauty, that inner beast, that inner power, that has been put in a box, that has chains around it, that has been buried so far under that you forgot about it. That something that opens the box, breaks the chains, digs itself back up, that is you. That is not wonderful, that is not horrible, that is not beautiful, that is not ugly, that is you. That thing that fell, that thing that broke, that thing that so sighed, that is also you. But that is the man-made you. That is the child of everything wonderful and horrible man has given you. That thing needs to be put in a box, needs to have chains around it, but not buried. That thing needs to be remembered, to remind you what happens when you put your inner self in a box in chains, buried so you forget. Remind you there's nothing wrong with being you. That is the hypnotic thing, knowing there's nothing wrong with being you, because you are powerful, you are wonderful, you are one of a kind, you are you, and there's nothing wrong with that. So, writing is one of the things that make me feel powerful about myself. Another thing that makes me feel powerful that I have just learned makes me feel powerful would be my skin color. Because of all my experiences while moving, that has been something that hasn't been there that has been there all the time, but hasn't been very prominent. Since now that I've been in Cincinnati long enough to experience the other culture, I've now been experiencing Mayan culture, and it makes me happy to know that there's something that is completely mine. Not the southern culture of Texas, the Amish culture of Pennsylvania, the primarily white culture of Colorado, or whatever in Ohio. But the culture that I can really call mine would be my African roots, and that makes me feel powerful and makes me feel happy. So, yeah. 5 seconds. Yeah, the poem I wrote by myself, so bye.